The book of Joshua begins at a moment of transition and uncertainty. Moses is dead, and the leadership of Israel now rests on Joshua, a man who had spent decades in the shadow of one of the greatest prophets in history. God speaks directly to Joshua and commands him to be strong and courageous, because he is now responsible for leading the Israelites into the Promised Land, the very promise that had been spoken to Abraham generations before. This moment marks not just a leadership change, but the beginning of fulfillment after years of wandering in the wilderness. Joshua prepares the people to cross the Jordan River into Canaan, the land that God had sworn to give them. Before the invasion begins, 2 spies are sent into the city of Jericho, where they encounter Rahab, a woman who chooses to protect them because she believes in the power of Israel's God. Her faith leads to a promise that she and her family will be spared when the city falls. Soon after, God performs a miracle by stopping the waters of the Jordan River, allowing the Israelites to cross over on dry ground, echoing the earlier crossing of the Red Sea, and reminding the nation that the same divine power that delivered them from Egypt is still with them. Once inside the land, Joshua leads the people in renewing their covenant with God. The campaign to conquer Canaan begins with Jericho, a fortified city that seems impossible to defeat. Instead of using traditional military tactics, God instructs Joshua to have the people march around the city for 7 days. On the 7th day, after circling the walls 7 times, the people shout and the walls collapse, demonstrating that their victories will not come by human strength but by obedience to God. However, the next battle at Ai results in a humiliating defeat because of hidden sin within the camp. A man named Achan had taken items that were devoted to God from Jericho, bringing judgment upon the entire nation. After the sin is exposed and dealt with, Israel returns to Ai and achieves victory, reinforcing the principle that success in the Promised Land is directly tied to faithfulness. Joshua continues a series of military campaigns across southern and northern Canaan. In one of the most remarkable moments, during a battle against a coalition of Amorite kings, Joshua prays for the sun to stand still so Israel can finish the fight, and the day is miraculously prolonged. Over time, the land is subdued and the major powers are defeated. Eventually, the focus shifts from conquest to settlement. Joshua oversees the division of the land among the 12 tribes of Israel, assigning each their inheritance according to God's command. Special cities are set aside as cities of refuge where those who accidentally cause death can seek protection, and the Levites are given towns throughout the land instead of a specific territory. As Joshua grows old, he gathers the leaders and the people for a final address. He reminds them of everything God has done, from their deliverance out of Egypt to their victories in Canaan. He warns them not to turn to the gods of the surrounding nations and challenges them to remain faithful. In one of the most defining declarations of commitment in Scripture, Joshua tells the people to choose whom they will serve, but as for him and his household, they will serve the Lord. The book concludes with covenant renewal and the death of Joshua, closing the chapter on Israel's entrance into the Promised Land. The book of Joshua ultimately stands as a powerful reminder that promises are fulfilled through obedience, courage, and leadership that keeps God at the center of the household for generations to come.